Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is just chatting about Lisa Rinna, Lisa Vanderpump, Gertie from Real Housewives of Miami, and Larsa Pippen, they are getting into it. And we can always count on Kyle Richards for a good laugh because it's Vile Kyle. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. So with that, let's dive right on in. So first up, we have a story from Reality Blurb about Lisa Vanderpump. She is talking about a recent run-in that she had with Lisa Rinna, why she regrets her shady tweets, which I don't think she should. She also is talking about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip and a devastating horse accident. So let's dive right on in. I also want this to be a really fun, open chat. So anything you want to talk about, anything you want to discuss, drop it down in the chat box and we'll get into it. So with that, let's go. So it says, there may be a slight chance that Lisa Vanderpump will return to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for a future season. But can the same be said about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip? While attending the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 premiere party on Tuesday, the 62-year-old restaurant maven was asked if she'd appear on the Peacock spinoff in one interview as she opened up about a recent run-in with Lisa Rinna, her ding-dong tweet, and more in another. Okay, you guys, I actually think that this is a really good question, okay? Do you think that Lisa Vanderpump would actually be a fit for the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip? Like, do you want to see her on one? Do you think she would be good? And if she was on one, who do you think would be her ally? And who do you think would be her, like, not enemy, because I don't want things to go dark and we don't have to have fighting and all of that stuff. But who do you think would, like, give her a run for her money, you know? So put it down below. What do you think about that? Let's keep going. Oh, there's about 6 reasons why Vanderpump told Hollywood Life after shaking her head when asked about a potential role on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I'm very busy, she continued. I've got 5 restaurants. I'm opening 2 more. I'm designing them now. I've got my dog foundation. And I've got our rosé and our wines and thousands of dogs. If it was something that I really wanted to do, then maybe I would do it, but it's not. So Lisa is saying no to the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Maybe she's just saying that. In a second interview with Extra, Vanderpump revealed that after sharing her infamous ding dong tweet in response to Rinna's departure from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, suggesting that the quote, witch is dead, the two of them crossed paths in Paris. Wouldn't you have loved to have been a fly on the wall with that encounter? With Lisa Vanderpump encountering Lisa Rinna? That would have been great. This must have been around the time that Lisa Vanderpump was seen hanging out with Sutton. Because remember, Sutton was in Paris, and so was Erica Jane and Lisa Rinna. So Erica Jane and Lisa Rinna, I guess they were walking in like some weird designers shows and everything. And then that's when we saw that Erica Jane had lost all that weight when she was walking in the Kenzo show, probably also taking the Ozempic shots. And then we saw Lisa Rinna, who was kind of like morphing into her daughter, Delilah, with like the weird, bleached out eyebrows and just doing the absolute most, trying to now be like a model on the runway shows. It was a fail for me. It was a fail, but whatever. But let's keep going. She says, I did the ding dong and then I went to Paris 2 days later. And who was there but Lisa Rinna, she shared, noting that the two of them politely ignored each other. That's the way you do it. I don't know her. Like, you should politely ignore each other. That's the way to do it. There's nothing to discuss. She didn't treat me well on the show, and we were old friends. But I think she had that problem with a couple of other people as well, she explained. According to Vanderpump, she wasn't surprised by Rinna's exit, especially after seeing that she got booed at BravoCon. I don't know whose choice it was, really. I try not to get involved in it, she said, admitting that she, quote, shouldn't have tweeted ding dong, but I did. Side note, Lisa Vanderpump, I think it's totally fine that you tweeted ding dong. Like I said in my video, ding dong, the witch is dead. Like, I think it's okay. For everything that Lisa Rinna has said and done to people, I think saying ding dong is fine. You know, she's called people a-hoes. She's called people see you next Tuesday. She's called people white supremacists. She's called people homophobic. She's called people saying that they were close to death, being close to dying. She said people had Munchausen syndrome. She said people, all of that stuff. So ding dong, dingity dee dong. And Lisa Vanderpump, I know you're trying to be politically correct, but just admit Lisa Rinna got fired. Like, just say it. She got fired. Anyway, let's keep going. While Vanderpump regrets involving herself in the drama on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she has said never say never about making a return. Still, when asked how much money it would take to get her back, she declared, I can't be bought. For now, Vanderpump is content with her role on Pump Rules. This season, it feels like we're back to where we should be, she teased. The stories are a little bit more mature, I have to say, as we've seen them struggle to grow up. There are stories that are real issues, divorce and separating, splitting up assets and opening up businesses. There's been a quite complex, complicated circle this year. Most notable, perhaps, is the dynamic between the newly divorced Tom Schwartz and Katie Maloney. Now, Katie Maloney's personality has been questionable. She's kind of like a downer. She's kind of like a wah-wah. But I will say this. I'm very interested in seeing Katie's personality on this season without being in a relationship with Tom. Because I think a lot of her, you know, sort of Debbie Downer, wah-wah personality was because she was always babysitting her boyfriend, you know, worried he's going to cheat on her, worried he's going to pour, you know, vodka in her face, worried something's going to happen. So I'm really interested to see how Katie is without being, you know, Stassi's sidekick, without being Tom's long-suffering girlfriend / wife. So I'm open to giving Katie a chance. Now, Tom Schwartz, miss me with Tom Schwartz. We'll get into that when we do all of our Vanderpump recaps, but miss me with him. Let's keep going. Who were met with scandal amid production as Tom was caught making out with their co-star Raquel. Now, this is the thing. I think the Raquel and Peter storyline was bogus. Peter seemed very predatory to me on Vanderpump Rules. I think that the Raquel and Oliver making out storyline, don't forget Oliver is Garcelle's son. I bet you that's very produced and forced, but I bet you Raquel and Tom's relationship was probably more real. And that's why they're saying Katie stepped in to essentially break them up, because Katie did not want Tom dating anybody in the friend group, which I totally get. Like me, I am on my petty when it comes to that. Like, if any of my friends or anybody in my circle even thought to entertain in a romantic or sexual way one of my exes, she would be dead to me. And so would he. Like, I don't play that game. Call me petty, call me what you ever want to call me. I am who I am. I know myself. I accept myself. They would be dead to me. Dead. So I'm Team Katie on this one. Let's keep going. So Vanderpump says, I think they started off in a good place, but where they ended up wasn't so ideal, shall we say, Vanderpump noted, which makes sense. You know, I think it's hard to go from being married to being divorced to being best friends. Like, you kind of need that space to heal, you know, but let's keep going. Also, during the interview, Vanderpump looked back on her January 2022 horse riding accident, which left her with a broken leg. It was terrible, and I was completely devastated. I've ridden for so many years and then my horse fell over once we were cantering up, and I broke my leg. I think it was in 7 places. Oh, wow. So that was a bit of a wake up call, she admitted, sharing that she isn't sure she'll write again. I think there's a certain amount of PTSD when it comes to having such a bad accident, but we'll have to wait and see, she reasoned. Luckily, just after her accident, Vanderpump was met with the very exciting arrival, her grandson. It was a pleasure to have this beautiful baby and have a complete access to this baby like he's my own, but I have none of the responsibility, Vanderpump gushed. Pandora is a wonderful natural mother. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Vanderpump saying that, never say never when it comes to her returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? However, she is a no for when it comes to the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which I kind of think is a misstep for her. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing her on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. But put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what do you think about Raquel and James and Tom and Katie and all of that stuff, because we are still doing our Vanderpump Rules recaps. So once we get a new episode, we'll do a recap on that. So put it down below. And stick around, my candy canes, because we have a couple of more stories coming up. But before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend, because a key is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. Join our newsletter. It is free. And check out all of our courses, podcasts, books, movies, and more. So with that, let's go on to our next story. Let's